Derrick White is a killer. The Boston Celtics get a back-to-back win at home to keep their home win streak alive at 16-0 at home with a 120-118 victory versus the Toronto Raptors with a fantastic closeout performance by Derrick White and a surprisingly great performance from Luke Kornet. We'll be breaking down this post-game reactions and analysis to the Toronto Raptors and Boston Celtics game. Welcome to Celtics Digest. I'm Bruce Veliz. But before we get into any Boston Celtics content, I like to say that roughly right around 79% of our viewers are not subscribed, and would greatly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and join the family. We're getting closer to our goal of 3,000 subscribers, so if you want to make sure you stay up to date on daily Boston Celtics content, hit that subscribe button. You definitely won't regret it. But let's dive into the news at hand today. So make sure to grab a snack, as today is going to be a jam-packed episode as we dive in looking at the Celtics sneaking out a thrilling win tonight versus the Toronto Raptors. And the Boston Celtics get a back-to-back home win to keep their 16-0 record alive. They had no Jayson Tatum, no Al Horford, no Kristaps Porzingis, and this short-handed team got it done. The guys that usually get called up from Maine as well, and Jordan Walsh, J.D. Davison, Jrue Peterson, those guys had a G League game tonight in Oklahoma, so they could not play. The Celtics had a short-staffed team tonight, and they found a way to get a thrilling victory. They dominated in the first half. Absolutely dominating was Jaylen Brown, and we'll look at these stats in a little bit. But in the third quarter, late to the third quarter, into the fourth quarter, the Celtics had some turnovers that got them into a little bit of trouble and had the Raptors bouncing back into this game. But the Celtics ultimately closed it out with a fantastic performance from Derrick White, Jaylen Brown, and Luke Kornet. So let's dive in, looking at the team stats ahead of today's game, looking at how the Boston Celtics shot 49% basically from the field, while the Raptors shot about 46%, and the Celtics shot better from three tonight than they did last night versus the Pistons, shooting 43.6% compared to the Raptors' 38.6%. And the Raptors actually shot kind of decent from three from how they usually shoot. The Raptors also shot 65% from the free throw, while the Celtics shot 85%. Another fantastic thing to see the Celtics winning the free throw category. That is something that is free given money. The Celtics also out-rebounding the Toronto Raptors tonight, unlike they did versus the Detroit Pistons last night, getting 10 more defensive rebounds and 4 more offensive rebounds, totaling in 52 compared to their 38. Same tied in assists and same tied in blocks, with the Raptors getting more steals than the Celtics, and the Celtics having way more turnovers, 16 compared to the Raptors 4, and that's what got the Raptors back into this game in the fourth quarter, with the Celtics outscoring the Raptors in the paint 52-48 and outshooting them from the three-point range will get them this sneaky win 120-118. We're going to look at the team stats for the Boston Celtics, and since there was no Kristaps Porzingis and no Jayson Tatum in the starting lineup tonight, and with questionable to Jaylen Brown and Jrue Holiday, Sam Hauser and Luke Kornet got the starting nods alongside Jrue, Derrick White, and Jaylen Brown. And Luke Kornet played a fantastic game in his start. 9 for 11 from the field, 2 for 2 from free throw, with 8 total rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks, and 20 points. Sam Hauser finished with 3 for 7 from the three-point range and 3 for 7 from the field, with 9 total rebounds and 1 assist with 9 points, being a nice little shooter for the Celtics. But Luke Kornet was a dominant force for the Boston Celtics in the paint, and they were actually giving him some great lays, and he was actually finishing a little bit better at the rim than James Queta had been, and he deserves to have a nice game like this. We'll give our flowers to Luke Kornet tonight. Jrue Holiday had a solid game defensively, even if he didn't shoot the greatest 5 for 15 and 3 for 5 from 3. He did play solid, getting at least 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 15 points, and played solid on the defensive side of the ball, helping out the Boston Celtics defend in the late crunch quarters. Derrick White and Jaylen Brown, though, did lead this team as the main 2 go-getters on the offensive side. Jaylen Brown finishing with 31 points, Derrick White finishing with 21. Jaylen Brown 11 for 16, 5 for 6 from the three-point range, and 4 for 5 from free throw. 10 total rebounds, 6 total assists, 7 turnovers though, so that's not great to see from Jaylen Brown, but he did go 4 for 4 from 3 in the first quarter, and he had a fantastic first half, finishing with 22 points. He had a little bit of a slow second half, and that's where Derrick White came into play, shooting 5 for 19 from the field, not the greatest, and 2 for 10 from 3, but 9 for 9 from the free throw range with 5 total rebounds, 7 total assists, 3 total steals, 2 total blocks, and 21 points, helping out the Boston Celtics and doing everything he could, and then late in the game going for that late game steal that the Celtics almost got at the end of the game that would have been super successful for them. As we look at the bench, Payton Pritchard didn't have the greatest shooting night. Again, 3 for 10 from the field, 3 for 8 from 3, but 5 total rebounds and 6 total assists. Getting those other guys involved is what's helpful, and getting 9 solid total points. Sima Luke and Dalano Banton also got some idling tonight and got some run, even though they didn't do the greatest on minutes. Sima Luke did finish with 5 points, 2 for 3 from the field goal, and Dalano Banton at least made his one opportunity to finish with 2 points against his old Toronto Raptors. Neemias Queta, playing that backup center role again, had a solid effort as well. 3 for 3 from the field goal, 5 total rebounds, 1 total assist with 6 total points. But Luke Kornet obviously played a fantastic game tonight and deserved it as he was in the starting lineup, and he had a little bit better finishing than Neemias Queta had around the rim, so that's why he was getting the looks. And Oshae Brissett had some run tonight. Didn't do the greatest shooting-wise, but got 7 total rebounds and 1 total assist. That's what he's there for, to be a hustle and energy guy and play some great defense, and he did that successfully for the Boston Celtics. If we want to look at the Toronto Raptors side of things, obviously Pascal Siakam and Scottie Barnes are going to be effective for the Toronto Raptors as they are their 2 best players. Scottie Barnes, 10 for 24 from the field, 7 for 15 from 3, 10 total rebounds, and 5 total assists for 30 points. Chucking that ball a little bit there. But Pascal Siakam, 10 for 18 from the field goal range, 2 for 5 from 3, 5 for 8 from free throw with 27 points and 5 total rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. He had an effective game. And Jaylen McDaniels had a fantastic game for the Toronto Raptors. Late in the fourth quarter, had all 13 of his points in the fourth quarter, 5 for 10 from the field, 2 for 7 from 3. He seemed to be a little bit of a disruptor for the Boston Celtics there late in the end of the game, but the Celtics were able to get the job done. Not the greatest performance from OG Anunoby tonight, and Gary Trent, not the greatest either, 2 for 10 from the field and 1 for 4 from 3. There are some question marks there, but with the Toronto Raptors, there are always some question marks with their roster depending on the way that they want to go. We've all heard the rumors about how they've been willing to express some guys that they would like to trade. Maybe OG Anunoby, maybe Pascal Siakam. We'll have to wait and see. But from the Boston Celtics point of view, it was a successful game tonight and a bounce-back win where they almost realistically were playing the worst basketball in the first half versus the Detroit Pistons and had an amazing comeback. In tonight's game, short-handed, they absolutely feast on the Toronto Raptors in a late fourth quarter collapse, but they get the job done and pull out a nice victory, led by Jaylen Brown, Derrick White, and Luke Kornet. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions in today's video. I personally am very excited from what I saw from this Celtics team and how they moved the ball. They shot a lot better tonight, and they played a lot of great defense. They also switched up the way they attacked. They weren't chucking threes the whole time. Obviously, their threes were flowing in the beginning, so they were going after them. But we saw a lot of plays inside the basket from Jaylen Brown and Luke Kornet, who had that type of style tonight. And I think that helped with Jaylen Brown being the main guy tonight with no Jayson Tatum and no Kristaps Porzingis. Kind of fit more a little to his style to attack them and play that kind of esque play, and I really like that from the Celtics to kind of switch up their versatility on some nights, especially on a back-to-back when a team's kind of picturing you to be a very good three-point shooting team. If you can hit your threes consistently but then switch to the transition game, it could always help. But let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions on the Celtics game tonight. The Celtics gear up to take on the San Antonio Spurs in their next game on Sunday, which should be an impactful one. Hopefully the boys are back and they'll be taking on Victor Wembanyama, so it should be a classic to see Kristaps Porzingis versus Victor Wembanyama. That would be a great show. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Celtics Digest. If you guys are still not subscribed at this point in the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button as we know you enjoy the content. I'm Bruce Veliz. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.